Quick side note, yesterday, second video of the day, I was really tired. I got some comments. People were concerned. They were like, bro, are you okay? And yeah, I'm doing fine, guys. Thank you for your concern. Sorry about that. I was just wiped out. Now, on to the main topic. Pokimane's cookie company collapses. And this guy makes a pretty compelling argument for why that's the case, which we'll take a look at in a second. But for anyone not familiar with this, let me first explain why this is noteworthy. It's not just like, oh, Pokimane's taking an L. No, it's specifically because Pokimane, first of all, loves to virtue signal, and she'll say things like, eat the rich, despite her being extremely rich. Then she had the bright idea to make this cookie company called Mina that sells extremely overpriced cookies. According to my recollection, her argument was something like, they're healthy cookies, that's why they're so expensive. And it's like, they're healthier than Oreo, sure, but they're still not healthy. Like, they are still cookies ultimately. And when people criticized her for the price on these overpriced cookies, she responded by saying things like, if you're a broke boy, just say so.
When people are like, oh my god, $28 for cookies? It's 4 bags. That's $7 a bag. I know math is hard. Like, if you're a broke boy, just say so.
Yeah, so $7 a bag apparently, 7 cookies in a bag apparently, and apparently also this is the size of the cookies. You know, we're talking about some pretty dang small cookies here. Now, Pokimane is certainly not the first person to try to make a company selling overpriced cookies that are marketed as being more healthy. I'm not going to accuse her of that because that would not be the case, but that doesn't really like make that stuff less scummy. And as a matter of fact, when you're an influencer also trying to shill this sort of thing onto your fans and rip them off, it really adds a whole other layer of scummy. But we could take it even further because she's also calling like people criticizing this broke. And she's also been on record saying how she wants to like eat the rich or something and denying that she's rich. As she also tries to like essentially, some would say, scam people. That's all to say that sure, a Pokimane cookie controversy could sound silly and innocuous, but there's layers to how scummy this all is. And so that takes us back here with this guy who's pointing out that it looks like her cookie company has collapsed, but she's like, she doesn't want to admit that. And they're doing their best to make it seem like the company is still in business. He says it's because she's like afraid that people would make YouTube videos about it. In other words, it would like hurt her ego. Of course, no one knows for sure like why she would pretend like this stuff is still in business if it really isn't, but it's not an unreasonable theory knowing her.
Second channel, I like to try out different influencer products to see if they're good, bad, or maybe an outright scam. And one of the most heavily requested products to try was Pokimane's cookies, which she released in late 2023. I've been trying to buy these products since about October of this year, and I think I've uncovered something. I think this company secretly went out of business, but they don't want people to know because obviously that would be a big deal on YouTube if everyone found out that Pokimane's cookie company went out of business. So I think they're trying to make it seem like they're still in business when they're not. We'll look into this. You can make up your own mind whether you think this company went out of business or not. So this is the website Minus Snacks. I've been coming here since mid-October because people have requested me to try this, trying to buy the products. And every time I go here, I've been going every week. And every time I go here, they're always sold out. They have the midnight cookies. They sold out on the website. They also have an Amazon listing where it's also sold out. They also have pizza crackers, which is completely sold out as well. And interestingly enough, if you look at the more you look into this, the more it seems like this company isn't actually in business. So if you go to their Instagram page, you'll see they were very active for a long time. And then their last post was on October 30th. They haven't posted anything about their cookies or their crackers since then, not one post, which is very odd because you would think a cookie or a candy company would get a large amount of their sales going into the Christmas season, and they would want to heavily advertise that, but they haven't had any stock. They haven't been advertising anything since late October. So that's not a good sign, right?
You know what they do still sell on their website though? On their merch section, they apparently still have their snack grabbers in stock. These cookies are so tiny that they actually sold or tried to sell a little plastic thing you could like pinch the cookies out of the bag with. This snack grabber. Could you imagine how pretentious that is? You're sitting there with your overpriced Pokimane cookies. You even bought a little pincher to get them out of the bag. It's got to be one of the most pretentious things I've actually seen in a while. Like, yeah, typical eat the rich person right here, living such a bougie life. Now, quick side note, I tried to look this influencer up who's doing this video so I could give him credit, but like, I did Google image reverse, nothing popped up. Then I resorted to Grok. I know it's a meme, like, oh, Grok, oh, what is this? You know, but like, I want to try to find this guy so I could give him a credit. Grok told me it's Asmongold. Grok starts going off about how this is definitely Asmongold. The visual matches are spot on. That shirt's like an iconic shirt that Asmon wears. Like, bro's just making stuff up. So, yeah, sorry, but if anyone knows who this guy is, please let me know, and I will edit him into the description here. But moving on.
Now, interestingly enough, also, if you go to the website, if you go to the contact page, they have no contact information. They don't have an email. They don't have anything. No way to contact this company. So I actually reached out to Pokimane on Twitter. So I reached out to her on the 22nd. I said, "Hi, Pokimane. I just wanted to reach out and ask if your Minus Snacks company is still in operation. The website is still up, but both snacks have been sold out since late October, as far as I can see, and the contact email on the website has been removed. Is the business shut down?" Never heard back from Pokimane. I also reached out directly to the company Minus Snacks on Instagram. I said, "Are you guys still in business? I wanted to order more cookies, but they have been out of stock on the website since October." And again, I never heard back from them. So I don't think this company, Pokimane's cookie company, I don't think they're still in business. If you don't know, there was a lot of controversy right from the beginning because of how expensive these cookies were. And apparently they were like a rebrand of another cookie that already existed. So there was a lot of controversy from the beginning. And if it came out, if Pokimane did like a video or a post on Twitter where she's like, "Yeah, I'm shutting down my cookie company," there would probably be like 100 videos of people talking about it all over YouTube. A lot of people don't really like Pokimane, so a lot of people would clown on her for that. So I think, this is just my opinion, I think that they're keeping the website up so that people think the company is still in business, but you can't actually buy the product. Because anytime you go there, I've been going every week since late October. Every time you go there, it is always out of stock.
If that's true, can you imagine how silly that is, how ridiculous that is? Oh no, not the YouTubers. They might make videos about my cookie company being defunct. I can't have that. Better keep paying for the website and whatever else to make it seem like we're still in business.
You cannot find this product in stock anywhere on the website. You can't find it on Amazon. It does not exist. It has not existed for 3 months, and the company stopped advertising for it completely. No candy or cookie company is not going to advertise their product going into Christmas season, like I said. That's where you're going to make the majority of money. YouTubers, if you don't know, most YouTubers start pumping out content like crazy in November and December because ad rates shoot through the roof. A lot of people on YouTube, they'll make like half of their ad revenue money just in the last 2 months of the year. And I suspect it's probably true for a lot of candy and cookie companies as well.
Well, I sure wish I was making more money this December, but I haven't really been feeling that effect this year. Last year, yeah, there was a nice little boost. This year, not so much. But more to the point regarding these cookies, look, I don't know how many people would look at buying these cookies over Christmas and the holiday season and all that. But I can tell you, with New Year's coming up, for a healthy cookie, it seems like that would be something they'd want to approach because New Year's, people make those like gym resolutions, and so they might find an opportunity in like January to really push these healthy cookies. And the fact that there's like nothing in stock yet at all and for months, yeah, it's not looking very good. We'll see if they come back for January, but so far I think more evidence points to this being gone than not. Maybe she'll suddenly like throw some more money away at it and try to like bring the stock back just for her ego, even if this thing's really not profitable or whatever. But we'll see how that plays out. Also, obviously, let me clarify, when I said healthy cookies a moment ago, you know what I mean. That's what they're trying to market it as. I made it sound like I was calling them healthy, contradicting what I said earlier. But you guys know what I mean.
So if they're not even selling their product in the Christmas season, I don't think they're still in business. But let me know in the comments below. What do you think? Do you think Minus Snacks, Pokimane's cookie company, has gone out of business? Or are they just like, I don't know, taking like a 3-month breather and they're going to rebrand or something and start selling the cookies again? I don't know. If they're just having like restock issues, I would think that they would like continue to like talk about it. They'd say something on their Instagram or something. Hey, we'll be back soon, back in stock soon. But they've just been radio silent since late October. So let me know what you think down below.
Yeah, they sound pretty cooked. This is not the look of a successful company, that's for sure. And he's right. They would send out like a newsletter or something like, hey, we've been having like we've been selling out. Cookies are so popular, but we're getting them back in X, Y, or Z or whatever. They would keep the social media posts going, right? They would be updating people on this stuff but there's just nothing. It's just complete nothing. Like I said, maybe now that people are starting to talk about this, Pokimane will like throw some more money at this company or something, just purely out of ego. Or maybe not. Probably she'll say nothing about this, but who knows for sure. Maybe she'll try to find a way to play victim. That would be the freaking funniest thing. Could you imagine if, I don't even think she'll stoop this low, but could you imagine if she would? If she made some post like all those YouTuber chuds that made videos about my cookies when they got released just ruined the reputation, and it was so unfair, and it was purely like misogyny or something. Oh my gosh, that would be actually comedy gold, but I don't think she'll stoop that low as mentioned. We'll see what happens. Let me know what you think about all this in the comments. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one.